which is a good thing for you in terms of pricing. Now, when interest rate cuts start to happen sometime in the summer or maybe in the fall at the latest, you're going to see affordability for buyers come back to the market where they have a little bit more purchasing power. Hey everyone, thanks for clicking. In today's video, we're going to go over the January 2024 Greater Vancouver real estate market statistics for benchmark pricing, actively listed properties, solds, and average days on market. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. So first things first, while the Metro Vancouver market in 2023 ended in a balanced market between buyers and sellers, in January of 2024, we are now seeing the market shift back in the favor of sellers. This is because the number of newly listed properties has not kept up with the demand or the jump in home sales in the month of January. The Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver is reporting roughly 1,427 sales in the month of January, which is a 39% increase from the 1,030 sales that took place in January of 2023. So you can see right there, there's a lot of demand, a lot of buyers coming back to the market early in the year. So in January of 2024, there were roughly 3,800 newly listed homes for sale on the MLS. This number is roughly 15% higher than January 2023's number. However, January 2024's number is still roughly 9% below the 10-year seasonal average for the Metro Vancouver area. Again, one of the key metrics that we like to look at every month is the sales to active listings ratio. Based on historical trends, anytime this sales to active listings ratio is below 12%, you're going to see a downward pressure in pricing. However, when this sales to active listings ratio is above 20% for a sustained period of time, you're going to see upward pressure in pricing. So let's go through the sales to active listings ratio by property type. For the detached market, the sales to active listings ratio is roughly 11.9%. For townhouses, it's roughly 22.9%. And for apartments, it is roughly 19.9%. And if you haven't watched my December 2023 real estate market update, I would recommend you do so as a refresher because more of what happened in 2023 is expected to also happen in 2024. So now let's get into some sales figures by property type. Starting off with the detached market, there were roughly 379 homes sold in January of 2024, which is a 28% increase from the 296 detached sales recorded in January of 2023. The benchmark price for a detached home right now in January 2024 is $1.94 million, which is a 7.3% increase from January 2023. Next up, we have townhouses. We saw roughly 285 sales in the month of January 2024, which is an 83% increase compared to the 156 units that were sold in January of 2023. The benchmark price for a townhouse is $1.066 million, which is a 4% increase compared to January of 2023. Last but not least, let's go over the apartment sales in Metro Vancouver in January of 2024. So apartment sales reached 746 units sold in January of 2024, a 30.6% increase compared to the 571 sales in January of 2023. The benchmark price for an apartment home is $752,000. This is a 4.4% increase from January of 2023. As you can see from the sales figures that I just mentioned between all property types, they've seen an increase anywhere between 4 to 7% between all property types. It shows you how resilient the Metro Vancouver real estate market is, despite the elevated interest rate environment we've been operating in for quite some time now. And again, there is some speculation and talk that interest rate cuts will begin sometime in the middle of 2024. And I think buyers are starting to come back to the market, realizing that December may have been the bottom of the real estate market, and some of them are trying to buy wherever they can at the moment. So what does this mean for you if you're a seller in the real estate market in the Metro Vancouver area? Obviously, as you can see, there's a lot more competition in today's market than there was probably in the summer of last year, which is a good thing for you in terms of pricing. Now, when interest rate cuts start to happen sometime in the summer or maybe in the fall at the latest, you're going to see affordability for buyers come back to the market where they have a little bit more purchasing power. This should help sellers be able to sell their properties at prices that are a little bit better than where they were near the end of 2023. Now, if you're a buyer in the market, obviously competition is tough. One of the listings we had in Richmond for a townhouse listed at 1.1 million ended up getting 5 offers, sold over ask. And again, competition is tough. So if you need guidance on how to secure your place in the real estate market, you can reach out to us. We'll come up with a strategic plan for you to be able to make your move in 2024. One of the last things I want to go over is the average days on market, depending on property type. Between all 3 property types, between the apartments, townhouses, and the detached side, I'm going to say that the average days on market is roughly anywhere from 40 to 55 days, depending on location, price, the type of property you have. But that's probably a good gauge for you if you are a seller thinking about selling. That's roughly what you're going to experience, is about a month or a month and a half to get your property sold from start to finish. Lastly, if you have any questions about the real estate market in the Greater Vancouver area, my name is Hector with Oakwyn Realty and the Capitulo Brothers Real Estate Group in Vancouver, a top 10% team in the province. My contact information is in the description below, so reach out anytime if you have any questions.